Hey everybody, welcome back to Exile, Purgatory. Um, this is not going to be an official video lecture from me, although I will remind you that Monday, WA 13 is due. I am now currently getting a number of yours. A number of people have sent them already, which I appreciate. Some of you also included some comments about the class and missing the class, etc., with that WA, and that meant a lot to me, those comments did. So again, those are due on Monday. And after I read all of those and grade all of those, I will send out an official lecture discussing, well, at least I'll be discussing, you'll be listening, but discussing your answers and to those questions about night by Vizel as we continue our discussion about that. I'll also remind you that Wednesday, the night slash fences group of presentations, the written presentations for those are due on Wednesday, so email those to me. And then I'll also remind you, you should be thinking about and working on your paper 2 topics. And when I initially assigned that, I said, you could either turn that in next Friday, get it out of the way before break, or wait until the Monday after break, the 30th, to turn it in. And that's still true, although, we're kind of on a break altogether. I mean, at least from meeting face to face. So it's kind of weird. But the same thing goes. So anytime this week, if you have ideas for the paper, if you have a rough draft, you have an outline, you have questions, you have something you want me to look at for feedback, I'll be glad to do that anytime this week if you want to do it over break. But like I said, if you want to turn it in this Friday, you can, or anytime over break, but the final deadline for that paper will be due Monday the 30th. So, you know, like I said, if you need any kind of feedback on any of that, let me know. I'll also be talking a little bit more in the next official video about what we're going to be doing after we come back from break. But I don't want to talk, I'm not going to talk about that tonight. That's not really what this little video is all about. I just wanted to share with you a couple of things that I was thinking about. Of course, yesterday, I was devastated by the news, shocked by the news that we were doing away with all face-to-face teaching for really the rest of the semester. And I'm sure you heard about it yesterday too. And I sent you an email telling you how upset I was, and still am to a certain extent. But I wanted to say something about you and what you're going through. I mean, my reaction was kind of, when I think back on it now, kind of selfish, Oh, poor Shank, he's not going to be able to teach H class anymore. But I wanted you to know that, I feel your pain too. Some of you are probably going through the shock and disruption of this much more than I am in ways that maybe I can't even imagine. So over the last day or so, I've been thinking about, well, how is this affecting students, and how is it affecting you? And I don't just mean in the context of our H class, but I know you take other classes, and there's other things going on, and this has been a big adjustment, and it's going to require, a sacrifice on your part. It's going to be very difficult. I'm sure you've contacted or have been contacted by your other instructors in your other classes, and they're making arrangements for how to deal with this in the upcoming 6-7 weeks we have left. That's what I'm trying to do. But again, I wanted to just kind of make one comment about how I feel your pain and what you're going through. It suddenly got very dark. It's because I'm using the light from the screen here. There we go. It's back again. Um, Little unplanned thing there. I'm still learning the way. I got to use the light from our screen here. I'm speaking to you, by the way, from my little office or study at home. In a little bit, if you're good, if you're still paying attention at the end of the semester, at the end of the video, Charlie's back there taking a look. Can you see? Oh, you can maybe see him right there. There he is. There's old Charlie back there. I'm going to use him for incentive to have you watch these things. I mean, I know you're sick of talking to me and looking at me, but there's the cat. There he is, right there. I might have him do tricks or something. He knows no tricks, but I'll try. All right. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, but I just wanted to let you know that I'm thinking about you and what you're going through, um, and also let you know that I'm here. If you need somebody to talk to, if you're having problems adjusting to this, if you have questions, if you need advice, if you just need somebody to listen, I'm here for you. You can contact me by email, by Facebook, um, and my phone number, my iPhone number is 330 958 6320. So if you wanted to send me a text or whatever, anytime, day or night, if you're going through some issues or whatever, I'm here. This is a big adjustment for everybody. But again, no more so than for you students. Um, so I wanted you to know that, after I got over my initial shock, and again, I swear to you, when I heard the news yesterday, the very first thing I thought of was, I'm not going to be able to see H class anymore. You the other courses I'm teaching, they're great, and the kids are great, but that's not going to be such an adjustment to have to teach it online. But you guys are special, and I miss. I'm gonna cover him up because you're not gonna pay any attention to what I'm saying. And it's very important what I'm saying, you know. But anyway, um, that was the first thought I had was no more H class, and so I was thinking about myself and pity me and whatever. But I want you to know that seriously, I do really think about what you're going through. On a more positive note, the other thing I wanted to share with you tonight is, again, I was devastated to think that I wasn't going to see you guys again. And one of the things, I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but the last 5 or 6 weeks of the school year, and that's basically from when we come back from break, spring break, to the end of the semester through exam week, has always been traditionally my favorite time of the year, school-wise, and really all-wise, with the H classes. And a lot of it has to do with what we usually do, and we're going to try to do something at least similar to what we do. A lot of it has to do with the final big paper and the topics for that and the presentations that are involved with that. And then the final creative project, which is usually a lot of fun and usually turn out to be extremely wonderful. All leading up to what I always like to do during exam week, during our exam time, when we would normally meet for exam time. I have a big party for each H class where we get a chance to kind of wrap up the creative projects and sharing those. I usually give out little gifts and mementos. In fact, I already have them. I already have them. So I was all ready for this year. We take a lot of pictures. We have food. We play some games. Sometimes somebody will, as their creative project, will do a board game, create a board game. So we'll play the games. I mean, it's a lot of fun, and mostly what makes it so special is it is a nice way to wrap up the school year and say our goodbyes and have closure, which we don't at this point we wouldn't have. We had a class last Monday, and then it's it. So I had this great idea, and I'm hoping you'll be accepting of it and keep it in mind. But I'm thinking that I'm assuming or I'm hoping that everything will be at least kind of back to normal by fall semester, by August. And I'm thinking and hoping that most, if not all of you, will be back next fall at Kent. So it was my idea to what I'm going to plan on doing is maybe the not the very first week of class when we come back, but maybe the first full week of class that we have when everybody's settled back in before a lot of big things start to happen. I would like to reserve our classroom for an evening or two and have that final party that we were deprived of and have a little bit of closure. I'm thinking about, you know, reserving our classroom maybe one night for the 11 o'clock class and another night for the 12:05 class, and do the kind of thing I do for that final party. And it would give us that kind of closure that I was so upset that we weren't going to have. So we could call it a reunion party, or we could call it a final, a goodbye party, or I guess it would be a little bit of both. So keep that idea in mind. Kind of, keep your schedules clear for like the first week or two we come back from class. I'd love to see all of you come back for that. And again, it would be a way for us to have that final bit of closure and also uh, maybe share the final creative projects too, because these projects, are meant to be were meant to be shared with the class and not just shown to me on online or whatever. And I'll talk more about the creative project later on in the next couple weeks. Um, but it would give us an opportunity to get together one last time. And so anyway, be thinking about that. I would really like to do that, and I hope that everybody will be able to show up for that. And I'll keep reminding you of that maybe like over the summer as it approaches. And but that's something I'd really like to do, and I hope you're kind of in agreement with that. You might in your correspondence with me over the next few weeks let me know if that's something you'd be interested in doing. But I hope it would. I hope it would be, because it's something that, like I said, I would really like to do. All right, I guess that's all I have to say for this evening. Like I said, this is not an official lecture, but there's a couple things I wanted to get off my chest. Maybe we can wait a minute here. Show the kitty. Hey, Charlie. Hey, Cookie. Hey, dude. Say hey to the H class. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to flip this back around because you don't want to look at me. There he is. Okay, so see you later, everybody. I'll talk to you next week. Have a great weekend. Stay well. Stay safe. I'll talk to you. Take care.